Hello. So, after cobbling this together and posting it in a couple of groups, I was asked to do a quick guide, so here it is. So, to do this, you'll need a humidifier circuit, a AA battery holder, a small pot with a screw lid, and a cotton stick. So first things first, we just need to put a hole in the top for the cotton stick to go through. Now I drilled this out using a drill bit hand to hand, and then just made it ever so slightly bigger, but still slightly smaller than the size of the cotton stick, just so it grips in place without any glue needed. The next step is just to fit the humidifier disc to the top of the jar. Now make sure it's the right way up. You should be able to see both the cables sticking out the top. That is the side you want up, and just super glue it on. Just try not to get any on the cotton stick as you're gluing it on. At this point, just double check you haven't got any glue on the stick. If you do, just try and give it a little wipe, take it out and put it back in again. Last thing is just attaching the power supply, and now I've opted for two AA batteries. I did try some button cell batteries in a series circuit. It worked for about 5 or 6 seconds and just stopped, so I think the AA is the way to go for this one. Just while I was doing this, I hadn't soldered these together. I have since done that and made them a lot stronger. Just on the circuit itself, it's from AliExpress. I'll put a link in the description. It was only a couple of pounds and it works really well. With that all connected, the last thing to do is just add some water and attach the jar. Now it's all up and running, it's a bit of playtime. Testing out the different nozzles. So a longer, wider one will give you a slower, more relaxed looking smoke cloud coming out of the top. Just the single layer on its own will give you a nice, busy machine looking smoke cloud. And the smaller, narrower but taller funnel will give a nice plume of smoke coming out of the top. The only thing that's left now is to find something to house it all in. And this is what I came up with, which is really simply thrown together. The dome itself is the top half of a Kinder Surprise Easter egg container. All the wires and everything are just loosely taped inside, haven't been permanently fixed in yet. One thing to mention is you need to leave enough space to be able to get the container in and out. The switch is just on the side. The second thing to mention is just that some of the connections between the circuit and the wires are quite fragile, so try and reinforce them when you fix them in place so they don't move, fray and break off. So with all that being done, let's turn it on. And there you have it, all done, looks good. So I've had this running for 20-25 minutes and I've noticed we've had a bit of a leak, which hadn't happened before. It looks like the amount of water coming out of the nozzle is condensing a lot more on the inside. It's actually escaping and it's causing a build-up at the bottom. Because the bottom's not sealed on, it's now running down the front and onto the mat. Obviously this isn't ideal, especially for gaming So there are three things I can immediately think we could do to try and resolve this. One is go for a wider nozzle, probably to let more of the steam out, so therefore less condensation. Second thing is to seal this on with some like bathroom sealant or something like that to make a waterproof seal between the bottom of the pipe and the top of the dome, or make a small base for everything to sit on, just so it's not directly on the table, and put some fences around it so models can't go near it and get wet. So I put my thinking cap on and I dug out a lower, slightly wider nozzle. I'm very pleased to say I've had no leaks so far. It's been running non-stop since I put it on, probably about half an hour or so, and any water buildup inside has been very minimal. So I could either leave it loose, so you can switch between the two nozzles, so if you wanted the longer one for like photo shoots and whatnot, you can put that one back on again. But the shorter one I'd definitely recommend if you want it on a tabletop going to the length of a game. Overall, I don't think it changes that much the look of the piece. It'll look great on the ash waste, it'll look great in the underhive as well, just for that added security that you're not going to get water everywhere. Well, I hope that video was useful. Feel free to check out the other videos on my channel, and if you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button.